So the idea is that people do not perpetuate in stereotypes, but as opposed to that, to challenge stereotypes. My name is Valentina Velandia, and I'm one of the proud co-founders of Capacity. And Capacity is a talent and a startup incubator for persons with refugee and migrant background who would like to become self-employed. And our aim and mission is to democratize the access to entrepreneurial education for all. The practice that we would like to introduce is called the Guideline for Inclusive Language. And this is a written document that allows our coaches, trainers, and mentors to go through and understand how they can use language in a way that is very inclusive and that, most importantly, is representative of the beautifully diverse community that we have, and that makes people feel good, that makes them feel trustworthy, that they can have an eye-to-eye level communication, and that encourages equitable discussions and dialogues. So one would be what we call flip the script. And this is actually using examples of non-default pronouns that are associated with certain fields. Let's say if you are giving an example about a CEO or someone in power, to make sure that you use a female pronouns or something that does not necessarily fall within the typical rhetoric of that context. Second is to refer, in our context, to refer to refugees and migrants as persons with refugee and migrant background. It emphasizes on the person and not necessarily on one segment of identity, such as ableism or refugee or migrant background. So this allows people to be a bit more inclusive when they speak. And third, use the visual side of things. If you are creating a poster, an event, you need to do any sort of visual to make sure that this visual is representative of your community, but that you also flip the script and this visual in a way that it would not be stereotypical and it would be representative. I truly encourage everyone to develop their own guidelines for inclusive language based on their context and their value and philosophy system in their specific organization, because it's going to be what you are using on a daily basis and how we actually manage to disrupt the stereotypes and let people express themselves in the way that they want to be seen. Brilliant mentor that came into our program, and this specific mentor came back to us after the end of the program and said to us, I'm deeply thankful that you presented me to this tool, because was I not only checking my attitudes and my use of language after being exposed to it, but I was also acknowledging it or seeing it everywhere. It started to appear in different areas of my life. And this really changed the way in which his team operated and the way in which he navigated his life from then on. So this is, of course, for us, a win-win scenario.